Billie Eilish. Chihiro. I don't know what that means. Let's do it.
To take my love away. When I come back around, will I know what to say? Said you won't forget my name. Not today, not tomorrow. Kinda strange, feeling sorrow. I got change, you could borrow. When I come back around, will I know what to say?
This looks like, what do you call it? It was a hospital for, like, they don't call them asylums anymore. What the hell are they called?
Today, maybe tomorrow. Open up the door. Can you open up the door?
Oh, damn, that's dark.
I said before, you can't cope with anymore. You told me it was war. Said you'd show me what's in
I don't think mental institution is right either. Psychiatric ward, maybe, yeah.
store. I hope it's not for sure. Can you open up the door? Did you
It's a year ago?
take
Ooh, that voice. Ooh. Oh, nice!
So you sit at the counter when I look away. So you turn around, but it wasn't your face. Said I need to be alone now. I'm taking
Whoa!
How come when I returned you were gone away? I don't know where I go.
Wow.
I don't know you at all. I don't know
Interesting.
And that's when you found me. I was waiting in the garden, contemplating. Beg your pardon, but there's a part of me that recognizes you. Do you feel it too? When you told me it was serious, were you serious? They told me they were only curious.
So yeah, we're gonna chew on this one. So I admittedly was a little bit uncomfortable with this scene. Okay, I wasn't quite. Now I knew. I was 99% sure they were play fighting, but I wasn't sure how you felt about it. Right? So I was like, okay, well, you just got to let this play out. We got to see what she's trying to say because this is Billie's video. She's making the choices. Like, what's she trying to say? But the reason I wasn't stressing this was because of this last scene here when they were in the hallway. Okay? Because first of all, this reveal of him being gone was brilliant. It's brilliant. Now you notice the whole video is shot on hand cam. They're holding a DSLR with their hands versus like a gimbal that keeps it steady cam. They're holding that and they want that because it needs to be jittery. It needs to be raw. You need to feel like we're looking through your eyes and you feel the energy of the scene. If everything's smooth and fluid, it doesn't have the same effect. Great. So what's great about this is we get the reveal of him not being there. Awesome. But then we go next level as you're still kind of like, whoa, what's happening? We go next level with a little bit of a warp on this next transition. And then when she starts to move her head, the camera tick, tick, tick with her. Very nice. Watch. Little warp coming up. Dolly zoom.
So you turn around, but it wasn't your face. Said I need to be alone now.
And you notice audibly you hear what feels like other voices. It's a little disconnected. There's dissonance there. So we have that very pretty melody that she's laying over the top. But there's a bunch of other pieces, very atmospheric, kind of floating around and absolutely intentional. Absolutely. It's so good. And then we go back to him. And then this was the part where when they link up and they start getting confrontational. Now, I wasn't even really having a problem with this because it wasn't one-sided. It wasn't him being aggressive with her and her just taking it. She was fighting back just as hard as he was. So I'm like, okay, well, let's see where this goes. Like, she's trying to say something. But there's something here. And it's quick. Right there. Right there. There it is. In that one lit section is that smile. That's the first clue. Second, when they start to run past us, they are always running beside each other down the hall. He's not chasing her. Okay. It's so good. Now, this is the part, like, I get what they're saying. I don't, it's, yeah, it just, that part's no good for me. And I mean, I feel like if you look at the difference between, look at the three stages we just kind of watched, okay? First, we have the part in the hospital where we have him introduced. There's the first part. The second part, let's just call it this disoriented, this chaos, okay? Second part. Now, after this discombobulated period, we're going to level back out. Watch the difference in energy between stage 1 in the hospital with him versus this madness right here where completely lost, you can't get a hold of yourself, and then when you finally normalize, watch. The camera is still. She's calm. It's fine. She's kind of at peace, but still a little floaty. Yeah. Now, here's what's really clever. They start to push the frame a little to the left here, considerably to the left. So far that I'm like, something's over there. And they do something really clever. They use the street light as an eye catch to drag our attention over there because they're going to use that part of the frame to introduce the guy again. Watch. Push, push, push. There's the light. And now see her body position. See how she's looking in that direction? That's the second clue for you to see what she's looking at. So you go and you look over there. The light grabs your eye. Is she looking at the light? Wait for it. And there he is again. And notice the camera now. We went from the kind of a smooth, peaceful moment to here he is. The camera acts up again. The camera is kind of the narrator for her energy when she's with him. But I honestly don't. I'm so kind of torn on. Is it toxic? Is it not that deep? You know. Because I feel like on some levels it could make sense, and I'm not reading the words, to be fair. I'm not reading all the lyrics, so I'm missing stuff. But because it's playful, I don't know if that's her way of making us sit in that space in a safe way to where we're still understanding what is being put in front of us. You know what I mean? You reckon the fighting makes it toxic. Yeah, and I do feel that way. I'm just, like, if I had to guess, because Billie's whip smart by all accounts, I almost feel like the playfulness is like a safety net where you're it's like kind of like saying, hey, we're going to discuss this really difficult topic, but we're going to talk about this other thing and not actually the thing that we're talking about. Like it's kind of a way, it's like allowing people to have the conversation safely, you know? For example, and I know some of you will understand this, if this video was the exact same video, but we never got the smile in the first part, and they were not running side by side, but he was chasing her, right? Take that away. Take the very ending of this, where this right here, we take this part away, where you see her smile, it seems playful, it's reciprocal. Take those away, the feeling of this video gets wicked dark. Probably so dark that a lot of people will have trouble watching it. Can't sit through it. It's hard to have a conversation that way. It's hard to introduce that level of things that need to be talked about, need to be discussed when it's that dark, right? I mean, I'll give you another perfect example. And I don't think this is where the video is going, but I think it's an example that strikes my point. For a long time on internet spaces, we stopped saying, and I know you'll know what I'm talking about. We stopped saying the word suicide. We just stopped saying it. We started coming up with other words like unalive, unsubscribe from life, all these creative things. And all that did was create a barrier for us to make it harder to talk about things that are difficult to talk about. When the reality is, we have to face things like that. We have to face these difficult topics head on, and we have to be able to sit in discomfort. Otherwise, we're never going to make progress. We're never going to go further, right? Yeah, it's such a line of barrier and censorship that it closes us in even more under the guise of protecting us. And it just doesn't work that way. Now, I'm just as guilty of it because I didn't know what to say. I mean, we've had some hard discussions. We've seen some crazy, difficult videos. And even I'm just as guilty as being like, well, so this guy, so he wants to, he wants to say goodbye to the world. I'm trying to find ways because I don't want to set somebody off. But the more I've thought about it and the more I've kind of seen the winds change, I do agree with the fact that sometimes we have to have hard conversations. Now, not everybody is willing and or able to have these hard conversations. That's fine. When they happen, you step out. That's it. You step outside the room, you step outside the space, you let the people that are willing and able to have those conversations, have those conversations. And then when and if you're ready, you jump in and you say your piece, you let your voice be heard. Just my 2 cents. But this, if that's what she did to make this a safe way to discuss or introduce something that's difficult to watch and experience, genius. Yeah. And I adore Billie. I mean, I only know a handful of her songs, and I want to do a 101 on her so bad. I want to just dive into her music just hard. I can't wait. So we're definitely doing that.